For you Yeah, I gotta unmute myself. I'm like, okay. I figured there was gonna be some kind of technical difficulty there. Uh, yep, yep. I was over here having all kind of problems. Uh, Wanted to get this going much earlier because it's almost dinner time, but yeah. So I'm gonna try to run through this list of things I made pretty quickly. Yep. Sorry about the delays. It just it's been a while. I'm rusty at this. And the software did not want to connect to my YouTube channel for some reason. I don't know why. Now, okay, so first things first, I guess. Yeah, we've been here for about 5 years, over 5 years now, almost five and a half. And now my dog's gonna start barking. So, why have we been here so long? Basically, we know I figured we would have had a sequel about 2 years ago in a perfect world. Um, we all know Disney is a major factor in that. And there was nothing we could have done. I know some people will say, well, we should have protested Alita or Fox being absorbed or acquired by Disney, but really, there was nothing. Even if we had got on Twitter and protested or whatever, that's not going to stop these people from trying to make money. That's what they want, and they were going to get that, or at least they thought they were going to get money by making this acquisition. But if I was to look at everything else outside of the Avatar movies, I don't believe that this purchase or this acquisition of Fox was really worth it for Disney at all. I believe they are actually in the hole or in the negative. They haven't made that money back yet. And so I'm going to try to stick to my list of things here so I don't get off track too much. So we know that Jim Cameron wants to make a sequel. He has made that clear. He's made that known. He is one of the most powerful voices in Hollywood, so it would stand to reason that he would be able to get the movie if he wanted it. So it has to be. There's a number of other issues that are in the way right now. One of them, yeah, like I said, Disney's big ego, for one, and also their financial standing is pretty much putting them in a position where they can't afford to take a lot of risks. So it's not that Alita was a huge risk, even though it might look like that on the surface. That for the most part, that 200 million number is gone away. We don't see that too much anymore. That used to be the number they used to float out there to try to call Alita a flop. They used to put that 200 million dollar budget out there. But I think the facts are setting in. And one second. And now my wife is asking me to feed the dog. I might just have to reschedule this whole stream because it's just been all kind of problems today. Um, yeah, so I'm trying to decide if I should just reschedule this or not because I have a long list of things to go through, and I wanted to try to get through it fast, but I don't know if I'll be able to. Uh, so the movie was profitable. It made 405 million, although it did crawl to profitability. It didn't, it wasn't a runaway. It didn't come out of the gate making money. So Disney is probably afraid of that. Um, they're trying to play it safe to a fault. And even though Alita performed well in Blu-rays and streaming, I think they really want that, especially that domestic box office gross to be much higher than it was. Uh, that still shouldn't be an obstacle, but I think Iger, looking at the situation that Disney's in financially, a situation of his own making, he wants to try to play it safe. And yeah, I apologize. I'm just gonna take a few minutes to go feed the dog. If you can wait. Yep. I'm looking at some of the comments now too. Yep. I'm actually on YouTube right now. Um, yeah. So sorry about this. Yeah. I'm gonna take a quick break to feed the dog. Okay, I'm back. I'm just going to hammer through these. I'm pretty sure most people are gone, but that's right. Let me just get these out of the way. Okay, so as I was saying, the movie was profitable. Um, it's only because of the situation that Iger made himself that there's even a problem uh, right now. There's even a debate. So the movie being stuck on streaming services like Hulu and not available on Netflix, and in America, I should say, not being available on Netflix and Disney Plus is definitely not helping the case, because that would definitely open it up to getting more exposure, more eyeballs, things like that. But this is something that Cameron has to be aware of, and he probably it doesn't even really weigh into his decision much. Probably, I think what really weighed, because he did say in one interview that if the fans or if people wanted to see another movie, then he would make one. And I think, well, we definitely helped him make that decision. It probably just wasn't even all financial for him, but for Disney, it is financial. At least that's what it looks like to me. So, a sequel would definitely, I think, perform better than the first one, because what a lot of people uh, like is something that they are familiar with, and maybe people who weren't there from day one for the first movie will want to be there on day one for the second movie. There's always going to be haters, though, but we're not going to worry about them. So, what's next on my list here? All right, so now we're going to talk about the things that actually hurt the chances of a sequel, and while we're still sitting here 5 years later. So, I don't want to ignore the chat. Let me look at the chat too to make sure. Yeah, okay. If there's any questions, I'm sorry if I missed them because I can't easily see the chat right now. So, yeah, one of the problems that Alita had was, and this is due to the merger, the acquisition, I should say. It wasn't really a merger; they just pretty much gobbled Fox up. One of the problems was the fact that Cameron was his relationship, I think, with the old Fox management was a lot better than it is at Disney. Even though they haven't really said anything negative about Iger and people at Disney, and John Lando is usually speaking pretty positive about it. It to me, well, I forgot her name. I wish I could remember her name right now. She ended up leaving and going to Universal with a Paramount. I think it might have been Paramount, and then she's not even at Paramount anymore either. But I think she was a major reason why Alita was get green lighted at Fox too, because I think her and Cameron pretty much worked well together. And now she's gone, uh, and Fox is the shell of his former self. I don't even know what Fox movies are being released now at all, or do they even have any movies being released? So Landau did say some time ago that basically now Fox is Lightstorm, and Lightstorm is Fox. That's pretty much all they have left there, basically. So it's kind of like not exactly like Lucasfilm, but kind of like Lucasfilm, I guess. Um, and so the merger gutted the marketing, and yeah, it was definitely impacting because Disney began restructuring in 2018, but around March, or at least they announced in March 2018 that they were restructuring. So they were already making preparations for the acquisition. They knew uh, it was going to be a done deal. And so if they knew it was going to be a done deal, definitely the people at Fox knew it was going to be a done deal too. So you see some of those last Fox movies, like Dark Phoenix and the leader, of course, sort of get dumped. Like they were the afterthought. They just got dumped basically. Uh, Disney didn't have much care or concern for those films. And let's get one of the shares up here. This is kind of where we get into some of the drama or the stuff that happened with uh, Dark Phoenix and Alita. Because what I think happened here was a bunch of blame shifting when they started to try to blame James Cameron moving Alita to February for Dark Phoenix's problems that Dark Phoenix had. And I, the way I look at this, it is such a um, a defensive move on Disney's part. That's what I believe it is. It was Disney knowing that they had screwed Simon Kinberg over and basically everybody who was involved with Dark Phoenix. They had screwed those people completely over, and publicly they wanted to shift the blame to somebody else, and they shifted the blame to James Cameron, saying James Cameron requested to have Alita moved to February, taking Dark Phoenix's spot and pushing Dark Phoenix to um, June. Now, both of these films had pretty bad marketing, but Alita had even worse marketing. And I don't buy this excuse that. Let me actually get on the right screen here. Sorry, I'm all mixed up. Okay, I don't buy the whole idea that Dark Phoenix failed because of its release date. Because the June is actually a prime release date. Yeah, there was a lot of tough competition there, but it was actually a what people would say is a prime release spot. The film actually failed because Disney's poor marketing and because Disney had gutted the film, in which they had began doing in 2018. I'm trying to find the exact portion here in this article that I wanted to read. Let's see here. Where is that? Sorry, I should have had this. No, I'm not seeing. Let's see. THR's report on Dark Phoenix's problems is revealed that the February to June shift came at the behest of James Cameron, who was concerned about the viability of Alita Battle Angel. Now, where is the quote that I wanted to read? Okay, here it is. If Dark Phoenix had stuck to its February date, it also would have been beaten Captain Marvel and Avengers Endgame to the multiplex rather than opening after two MCU installments combined to make more than 3 billion worldwide at the box office. So that's their story and they're sticking to it. It's James Cameron's fault. But let's look at another one here for a second. Let's see if I can get this to open up. I'm afraid if I have too many windows open, my computer might start smoking. Oh, here's another film that, another article that he put out about it. I gotta allow ads. Sorry about this. I gotta do this. Okay, that should go away soon. All right. So Slash Film had also put this out, and what I wanted to read from here was, let's see here, there it is. Did movie release dates help Alita? Yes, it did. According to Box Office Mojo, Alita Battle Angel made 405 million on a reported production budget of 170 million. I believe Robert Rodriguez said it was 150, but we'll go with 170. By the old Hollywood rule of thumb, for profit, double the listed budget to account for advertising costs. The film landed somewhere between breaking even and barely reaching profit. International markets lifted the film, delivering over 75% of its gross, 319 million compared to 86 million domestically. So basically, I mean, it was a success. At least, it wasn't. It didn't lose the money like a lot of their movies have. But yeah, that spin from Disney, they put the head out because they didn't want to take the blame for Dark Phoenix's failure. But there was something that I wanted to point out. Let's see, Disney this. Yep, so they did some dirty work behind the scenes. Let me open up this article. Hopefully you can still see all this. Yeah, this was just proof that Disney was reorganizing in 2018. Oh yeah, I don't want to. I should have got the archive up for that one. So we'll just skip that one because I didn't get the archive. And another thing that I want to look at is one from Empire that actually kind of contradicts what they say about June being a bad spot for Dark Phoenix. And again, I have to go through all of this again just to show you how Alita was sabotaged and why we're still sitting here waiting for a sequel. So, um, so we have here, and all the shifting around, an unexpected extra addition has been made to Fox's schedule. Yet another cut of Deadpool 2, which at this rate will have more alternate versions than Blade Runner. According to Deadline, filling that old Alita spot will be a PG-13 edit of Deadpool 2, which is rumored. Okay, so I think the whole reason why they did this Deadpool 2 thing or this PG-13 edit is because they wanted to test the waters with making Deadpool PG-13. And so I don't. One thing I don't believe that they were really worried about Alita failing in December. I think Alita would have done just fine in December, but I believe they wanted to give that spot to the Deadpool 2 movie. I believe of they had more plans for Deadpool in the future than they had for Alita. Because if Alita was really the better spot, I believe they would have put Deadpool 2 in that February spot, but they put Deadpool 2 in the December spot where the holiday movies or the or these other blockbusters were coming out. I believe that's the movie that they really had faith in and that they really thought was going to do good. And where is the there's a quote in here that I wanted to point out, just to point out the kind of contradiction in what people are saying. Let's see here. There's no. See, it's heartening to see. Where's that at? Sorry about this delay again. I'm not sure where that quote was that I wanted to read. I might just be overlooking it. It's probably right in front of me and I'm just overlooking it. Well, anyway, forget that. I'm going to move on. Uh, Actually, no, I really want to find that. Now move to the movie should get. I don't know. That's weird. I know I read this earlier. And now I can't find the quote that I read. It's almost like it's just completely disappeared. Oh, there it is. Okay, plenty of jumping around then, but it's heartening to see X-Men Dark Phoenix get a more prestigious summer launch, even if it means yet another delay, and for Alita Ballinger to escape the heavyweight boxing battle that's set to rumble this December. So Empire said that the summer launch June was a prestigious summer launch or basically a good time to launch. So that should have given it a boost. So that's contrary to other articles that were saying that the film was set up for failure by going to June from February. And not only that, but there is what's called a dump month. That is what February and January, both January and February, are considered to be. These are called dump months where movies go to die. Scroll up or zoom in. So here it says from this website, what's it called again? Los Angeles Post Examiner. January and February have become known as the place where movies go to proverbially die. Studio heads show their blatant lack of faith in projects by throwing them into these slots to make some modest money, while Oscar bait flicks released in the late fall and early winter of the previous year continued to flourish. So early winter, June. I'm not June. Sorry. I'm going to say December, November, December, early winter. November is kind of still fall, right? So early winter would be December. At least I could be wrong, but I guess that would be early winter, right? Before Christmas. Alita could have been in that spot. According to this site, February is where you dump the movie that you have a blatant lack of faith in. You dump that in January and February, while the films from the early winter of the previous year continued to flourish. So the December spots probably. That's where they put Deadpool at. So I think, you know, those attacks that came out blaming Cameron and uh, yeah, for moving Dark Phoenix was, to me, that just screams deflection and somebody doesn't want to get sued, so they're going to place the blame on Cameron. And he never responded to any of that, so I don't know. I can't say if it's true or not because he never responded to any of it. So what else? What else happened was that I don't want to get too many windows open because then it'll just be a problem. And I am getting called again. I'm gonna try to get this uh, window open here. It's not opening for some reason. Actually, that's not even the one I'm gonna open yet. This is the one I'm gonna open. So again, they sabotaged Dark Phoenix and blamed it on Alita. Another reason why the film was sabotaged, or another way that the film was sabotaged. I won't get into too much of that, but because I've already covered some of this in past videos about Dark Phoenix. Uh, but yeah, they did that film dirty, and then had the nerve to blame James Cameron. So where there's smoke, there's fire. They completely, what do you call it, cannibalized and ripped off, and um, yeah, they just gutted the film and put what they had for Dark Phoenix into a different movie. Now there are some positive things. Alita has been uh, generally received as a cult classic. Actually, I did not get an. Okay, sorry, my wife is. There's an emergency. I'll be right back. Sorry. trying to finish this off. So there was some positive. I couldn't unmute my mic for some reason. It's a sign I just need to get off of here. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So from John Landau, he still wants to make a sequel, and he um, also says that James Cameron wants to make the sequel. As it says here, Screen Rant. Even if you don't believe that he was explicitly saying that he was actively involved in trying to make the sequel right now, it still bodes well because he says that Alita came on HBO one night and Jim watched it, James Cameron, and he called me right after he watched it, and he said, John Landau said that Cameron said, I mean, sorry, Cameron said, John, Alita was on. I just decided to watch it. It was a good movie. And he laughs. And he said, and it is. So I want to be able to definitely do more in that world. So you think he would go out of his way to call John Lando and just say, "Oh yeah, that was a good movie," and that's it? No, I mean they're obviously talking about making that movie happen. Uh, I need to watch the chat to make sure people can actually hear me. Yeah. All right, so it appears people can hear me. I gotta power through this again. I'm sorry, there's too many distractions today. And so James Cameron, of course, the last thing we heard from him was that he was going to be working or moving and working in Austin. So that was from, I just go to Forbes to get that. So he says he'll be working in Wellington and in Austin. This is clearly the mobile site. If I can get the desktop site, that would be nice. But so let's scroll down here where he says, let's see, we have things around down here probably. Okay, so he says family has been central, or the article says family has been central to the Camerons during their 2 decade plus stay at the ranch, and is partly why they're selling. The couple's 3 children are all pretty much out on their own now. The Canadian-born director says, and on Avatar, I'm working in Wellington and Los Angeles, and on the new Alita Battle Angel films, I'll be working in Austin. So it just didn't make sense for us anymore. So that is the last thing we heard from Cameron. He doesn't really sound like he's still mulling it over and thinking about it. He definitely sounds like he is getting into it. But again, how much of a how much of a problem is Disney going to make for him? Maybe none at all. I don't know. It doesn't. By the look of it, by the look of it, um, Bob Iger appears to be an obstacle. But I guess we'll see. And before that, James Cameron and Robert Rodriguez were on a live stream. I can't remember exactly what they were talking about. It escapes my memory. But during that live stream, they actually said that they would make a blood oath to make the sequel. If I could find that quote, I could actually. Oh, here it is. Should probably actually find the video. So you have James Cameron and Robert Rodriguez on the live stream, and James Cameron says, "Hey, let's make another Alita film. What do you say?" And I do remember Rodriguez saying, "Yeah, yeah, let's do that." And then James Cameron said, "Blood oath," and he put his hand up to the screen, and that's what Rodriguez did as well. So they sound determined to do it, but it's been a while since we have heard anything definitive. That was in December. That was a while ago. That was a good long while ago. December 2022, actually. So, uh, so we have Iger here, who is trying to penny pinch and trying to mine things that they already have in their what do you call it, collection, or in their at their disposal, their arsenal. So I'm going to have to finish this off quick, but I like this. I like the title of this from the New York Post. It says, if I can get these huge, massive ads out of the way, you can't see them, but they're there. So this Bob Iger, let me zoom in here, get out. This is crazy. Okay, this Bob Iger comment tells you all you need to know about the sorry state of Disney, and that is the comment that he made about mining the IPs that they already have. You know what Walt Disney never ever said? That he was proud of the IP that we're mining, because Walt Disney was not, so far as I'm aware, an alien robot hell bent on intergalactic domination. He was a creative genius. Not no, that dystopian string of words was uttered by current Disney CEO Bob Iger during a quarterly earnings call on Tuesday. The team is one that I have tremendous confidence in. He began. So far so good, but A Iger wasn't finished yet. Scrolling down, and the IP that we're mining, including all the sequels that we're doing, is second to none. So this article actually pointed out some of those sequels that they were making. So just this year alone, theaters will get Inside Out 2, Moana 2, Mufasa, The Lion King. Then in 2025, there's Zootopia 2, and in 2026 comes Toy Story 5. That's what Disney is looking at. So yeah, Disney is not in the business of being creative. I don't know many corporations that are right now. Actually, for the most part, they're all like locusts. They're only consuming things that were built in the past. They don't build or create anything new. So, so the state of the movie going audience has also helped this situation, unfortunately. And that helped it not in a good way though. There's a glut of content, so people have to decide what they're going to watch, and they're choosing to watch the things that they're familiar with. And so, unfortunately, new IPs such as Alita, they just fall through the cracks. Uh, and the super flu didn't help either. So, because of the super flu, you know, we have streaming services popping up. They're proliferating, and people are getting kind of spoiled by that. They're like, well, I don't have to go to the movie theater anymore. I don't have to put up with people in the movie theater. I can stay at home and watch movies. I can wait for them to hit streaming and watch them in the comfort of my home. And they're not really going out and um, helping those movie theaters survive. So this quote from this person: "We're never getting another Mad Max film." So that's pretty much Furiosa is. I don't know why people are mad at this movie, but they are. Furiosa is estimated to open with 31 million domestically. The budget was 165 million. That sounds like pretty brutal, but so and that that is pretty much, yeah. I think that is pretty much all I have, and that makes it harder. Yeah, things like that makes it harder for an Elite sequel to go through, and also, yeah, given the state of world affairs. Let me get on a better. I'm gonna get on a more positive article. Let me go back to that other one. Let's go back to this one. I don't want to stare at that one. I wish I got one about the Alita Army up, but I didn't think about that at the time. So I gotta go. This James Cameron's Fury Blood. I already got that part. All right. Looking at my notes here. Anything else that I wanted to say? Anything else I wanted to say? Yeah, we got the state of world affairs right now. That doesn't help at all. I don't know about some of you, but I pay attention to these things. I do research, I study, and I'm getting called. One second. I got to go. I really wanted to finish this video off, but who knows? So anyway, Rosa's going to hit the tour press tour for that movie Captain America movie, and we may they're going to ask her some questions. She doesn't know much, but they're going to ask her anyway. We might get some information then, but we'll see. Or we just hear her comments at least. It might be back in the news. Um, and so I guess I'll just finish this by saying that nobody who was part of the campaigns for a sequel should feel that they didn't do enough to make the sequel happen. Everybody did more than enough to make the sequel happen. Everybody uh, went above and beyond, and the ball is really in Cameron's court and in Disney's court. There's nothing more that we could have done. So we just wait and see. Um, like I said, the ball is in their court. But whatever you do, don't feel like there's anything that that we could have done more. We've done everything that we could do. So I'm gonna. I gotta get out of here. My wife is really not happy right now. So, okay. Yeah, that's it. I forgot how to finish this thing. How do I close this out?